about flash mobs, youth, and the curfew. So we hope you all join us.
Also on Thursday, I'm Matt, by the way. Also on Thursday, we are having a financial accountability action with details to be announced. It's going to involve all these wonderful banks out here that we all love so much. So if you have something to say about them, come out, listen for the details. Thursday, yeah.
Friday is packed, okay? You better all be ready to march a long way on Friday, because we got a lot of stuff going on. It starts off, there are 100, possibly hundreds, of Temple students who are marching out of their classes in a walkout on Friday, and we want to make sure that our community is there to welcome them into our community. So we're leaving here at 11 a.m. to go to Temple, to be part of that walkout, to greet them, to rally with them, and then to march from Temple back to the occupied territories to welcome them into our community. And then,
also on Friday, Eric Cantor will be talking, that's right, boo. Eric Cantor will be talking to the Wharton business students at UPenn about keeping the rich on top of this country. Does anyone have, yeah, thank you. We will be meeting here at 2:30 to march to the Wharton Business School to tell Eric Cantor what we have to say about that. If you don't want to march all the way there, you can meet us at 38th and Walnut at 3:30. That's where we'll be. So either 2:30 here at 15th and Market or 3:30 at 38th and Walnut.
but that's not it. Friday is a busy day for us. So at 6 p.m., the city council here in City Hall is having a panel discussion about the renovations of Dilworth Plaza. Do you all know where Dilworth Plaza is? Point check. This is Dilworth Plaza. And for those of you who don't know, they're turning it into an ice skating rink for rich white folks on November 15th. So they're having a public discussion about the renovations this Friday in this building right here, point check, this building right here, to discuss this and to answer questions. So you know where we're gonna be? Right here at the meeting. At 5 o'clock, we want to start filing people into the meeting so we can make sure we pack that room. The meeting is from 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock, and we want to make sure we ask some very pointed, educated, and demanding questions of the folks who are tearing down this area, which was a home to the homeless long before it was our home, and turning it into an exclusive ice skating rink in Center City. So that's at 6 o'clock. We want to march in at 5 o'clock on Friday. So Friday's packed. Are you all still with me? All right, cool. So now we move on to Saturday.
All right, last thing here. Saturday at 11 a.m. Saturday at 11 a.m. I'm asking all of you and all of your friends to be right here. We are going to have the first ever dance party bank jam. We're gonna keep the details about that under wraps for the moment, but just know it's gonna be awesome. We bailed the banks out and they partied on our dime, so now we are gonna return the favor and party on theirs. That's all I'm gonna say. Saturday, 11 a.m., be here.
All right, let's hear it for direct action. Just as an aside, I think the city's given us some good advice when it comes to direct action. It's right up there. Be ready, make a plan, get what you need. And now we have Nathaniel from Legal.
How's everyone doing? A couple announcements from Legal. We have a table. It is next to the information table. Point check. Point check. At the legal table, we're going to try to be there as much as possible. We won't necessarily be there all the time. You can ask us questions. Also, the Community Legal Services has offered to do People's Law School, which will be every weekday, 5:30 to 6:30 in the southeast corner here in Dilworth Plaza. Tomorrow's topic will be public defenders talking about the arrest process in Philadelphia. We are also going to be doing Know Your Rights trainings on Tuesdays and Fridays, 5:30 to 6:30, will be Know Your Rights trainings on a variety of different topics. Also, before each march on Saturday at roughly 12 noon, although we can tailor that a little bit to the, to accommodate the schedule of the different marches, we'll be doing very brief kind of ABCs, Know Your Rights on the street. This Friday will be the first one of those, 2:30 right here, point check. There'll be a Know Your Rights on the street training prior to the march up to Wharton at University of Pennsylvania. One last thing, the arrest hotline is now being staffed regularly. I am going to read out this number again. Write it down. We also have cards over at the legal table. This is the number to call if you are arrested. This is the number that's being run by the National Lawyers Guild. It's not being run by the legal collective. It is being run by the National Lawyers Guild. Write this number down. 267 702 0477. We also have the number and cards over at our table. Thank you very much.
And now we have Xander from Arts.
Hey everyone. I just wanted to let everyone know if you can donate any kind of art materials such as paint, poster board, Sharpies, that would be great. We're actually running really low on that. Other than that, we have a film tonight that'll happen right after the General Assembly, right here. That's all. Thank you.
Give it up. Colby from Environment. Come on up.
What's up? I'm Colby from the Environmental Working Group. We are just getting this started, and we are in touch with local leaders from the environment movement, and we are putting together a tent. We're working on getting a tent where we're going to hand out some information for people to let them know what they can do, small things that they can do every day to help the environment, and hopefully just getting momentum started on making environmental issues a bigger part of this movement. So if you're interested in getting involved in any way, please see me or Wilson back there. That's Wilson waving his hand. We meet here like almost every day around 6:30. So just come see me. I'll get your email. You'll get on the list, and we can start talking about how we can make a difference. All right? Peace.
All right. Chris from Media.
Hey everybody, my name is Chris G. We're working over in the media tent. I want to give you a quick update on the media that we are creating here from Occupy Philly. We are taking in your videos and photos. Again, after a march or after we do a direct action, when you have photos and videos, bring them right into the media tent. Right there, the large white tent. We'll have volunteers staffed there throughout the day, especially as we land back here at base camp, to take your photos and videos and put them online and put them out there. It was really important today. There was a great healthcare horror march, and there was a great interaction that we got on video today. And we want to get that stuff out first. A big thanks to everybody who was out there today gathering content. Also, too, we're way over 20,000 on our Facebook page. We continue to have an audience that reaches worldwide. Everybody is watching Occupy Philly. We have a unique community here, and we're getting really a great recognition out there. I'll tell you what, the idea that we have a community that's inspired by the First Amendment, the idea that we're a permanent community here at the City Hall location, the idea that we're moving forward is something that's getting a lot of attention out there, so I want to thank you all again. If you have any questions, you can always stop by. Thank you.
All right, give it up. All right, just want to give one last call out. Are there any other working groups that need to report to the General Assembly? Speak now or hold your peace.
Okay, that's like a wait.
All right.
Beck, you're the one that said it.
So next up we have, we're going to go into proposals. And the first proposal, well, first I want to do an overview or a review of our decision-making process here, so we're all on the same page. A proposal is stated by the proposing working group or the proposer. And then first, what we do is we go into clarifying questions. People can get on stack. Jacob here is taking stack, and raise your hand. Once he acknowledges you, put it down, and you'll be on stack. So we do clarifying questions. Then we move on to concerns. After concerns, we're going to move on to amendments. Correct? So friendly amendments, and that's an amendment to the proposal that you're not against it, you want to just tweak it a little bit. And then from there, we can go to a straw poll on either the proposal if there are no amendments, or we can also go to a straw poll on friendly amendments, okay? What the straw poll does is give an indication if we have a supermajority to move forward. It is not a vote. We make sure that if it looks like there is an overwhelming majority, we do an actual 2/3 supermajority vote, make sure the proposal passes. The straw poll is just a temperature check. All right? So, without further ado, let's move on the first proposal. I'm going to ask Gwen from Labor to come to the stage. And we have a proposal from the Labor Working Group.
Hey folks, so first a really quick overview of the proposal, which is just limit the 7 o'clock General Assembly to an hour and a half for decision-making process. A friendly amendment that came out of the COCO committee is that doesn't mean the end of the GA, it just means we limit the decision-making process portion of the GA to an hour and a half. And there are a couple reasons that we're making this proposal. One is there are a lot of working folks who really want to be involved in the decision-making process here. Janitors, nurses, there are a lot of professionals and working people that have to be up at 4, 5 a.m. at their job. So they have been out supporting us, supporting the work we're doing here, and really excited about being participants in this work. But there's a sense that, especially with meetings like last night's where we had decision-making go on 3.5 hours, they aren't able to be part of that process. They have to make a choice between their own personal health and ability to do their job or being part of the process. So that's one component. The other component is, again, with really heated conversations that happen with, like last night, it can really make it hard for facilitators to sustain the work that they're doing. We have an amazing facilitation team that's been doing great work, but it's really difficult to sustain that work when we're having heated discussions that are lasting 3.5 hours, especially when they're getting some hostility from the crowd, which I know we would never do, but if it happens. So this proposal, the way it would move forward would be, it would not take effect for tonight. We'd finish tonight as usual, but starting tomorrow night, we'd go for an hour and a half. We would also, another component of it is to make sure that it's made clear in the facilitation process that, one, this is how long the meeting lasts, the decision component of the evening. 2, that we can table proposals if we don't feel that they're the most urgent proposals. That we continue to have that conversation about, is this a discussion that we need to have tonight given those time limits? And then number 3, we would have regular time checks so that the facilitator would be reminding us how much time we have to finish the conversation, how many more proposals we have on the docket, so that we're informed and that the GA is making the decisions about what gets discussed during that hour and a half. So I think that covers it.
All right, so just to restate that briefly, proposal that the decision-making portion of General Assemblies last only 1 hour and a half. So am I correct that would mean that GAs end at 8:30 for the decision-making portion? The decision-making portion would therefore end at 8:30. So first, could we get some clarifying questions on stack?